Talk about tennis. There is no doubt that one of the most commonly played sports around the globe is tennis. The vast majority of the world's population looks forward to every Grand Slam tournament, which are the series of playoffs for players worldwide. Among them, the Australian Open, French Open, US Open, and Wimbledon. Tennis has roots dating back to the 19th century, when it existed as a slightly different version of what it is nowadays. Real tennis developed from real, which is directly related to Spanish for realeza, royalty. This was a reference to real tennis being a frequently played sport among royals. Real tennis, as similar as to what it developed from it in the future, used to be played in an indoors court. Balls have become lighter and bouncier, while tennis racket handles have almost halved in length and changed color over the past century. Despite its evolution, real tennis is still a reasonably practiced sport in the UK, France, Australia, and the US. I was raised by my tennis-addicted mother, thus she was, almost entirely, the one who inspired me to start practicing the sport. She has been playing for 10 years approximately. When I noticed how good it made her figure, and how well she had developed her strength and sense of reflexes, I couldn't say no to an attempt. Tennis may seem difficult at the beginning, but if practiced enough times a week, before one noticing, he or she is already hitting the ball like a pro. It won't be left unmentioned that I was also attracted to professional tennis players' slick movements and amazing shots, such as Rafael Nadal, Martina Navratilova, and John McEnroe, despite having the worst temper ever to be broadcast on television. The aforementioned players all hold notable records. Martina Navratilova is the female player with most matches officially won. John McEnroe, despite his reputation as a violent arguer, holds the record for most matches won in total, with 77 singles and 70 doubles. However, the most single matches won in total are attributed to Jimmy Connors, with a total of 109. With a large fan base recently built around him, there is probably no doubt on who Rafael Nadal is. He is currently the #1 player in the world, winner of the most recent Grand Slam since August 2008. Tennis is a sport practiced by countless. It is natural that many people have excelled so far. Tennis, like many other sports, requires simple sports attire, such as tennis shoes, sweatpants, or shorts, and a suitable, comfortable top. Skirts with adhered tight-stretched shorts have become a common trend among female players. However, when playing on official grounds, such as international-level competitions, it is compulsory for attire to be white. It is precisely for this reason why tennis was frequently referred to as a white sport. Of course, a racket and tennis balls are indispensable. When choosing the racket, one must take elements such as size, length of handle, weight, and overall comfort in handling into account. Muscle strains are a typical occurrence among tennis players, but can be prevented by avoiding overpractice. The elbow is the most common place for strains to take place, due to the amount of tension focused in the area for firmness. Hence the condition, tennis elbow. The basic rules of tennis consist on winning at least 2 sets. Each player must score a minimum of 4 points to win the set. Each point is given out if a player achieves to make valid movements into the opposite field, which are missed by the opposite player. The player is awarded 15, 30, 40, and if no quarter points are scored, 0 is more commonly referred to as love. If both players have scored 3 quarter points, which is 40-40, it is referred to as deuce. During the match, the score is always given in the order of server first, until the match is won, by which case the winner's score goes first. Servers alternate in between points, and do so from behind the court's line. Failure to do so results in a fault. The rules of tennis can vary if singles or doubles is being played. The main difference between single playing and double playing is the extension of the court sides to allow more room for playing. Tennis is a very beneficial sport for health. As is the case with many sports, tennis involves running, sliding, and arm force. It tones the body, as well as burning fat and regulating the heart rate. It also increases alertness and self-esteem, as exercise gives you endorphins, which are chemicals that make you happy. Tennis is usually played in front of an audience, due to its entertaining, competitive nature. The crowds are always eager to observe the players' swing, style, and victories alike. Audiences are also enthusiastic towards the players, applauding their every point scored. Grand Slam tournaments are always broadcast on live television, usually on ESPN. Tennis is a universal sport. Anyone can practice it regardless of age, gender, culture, or religion. So tune in and submerge yourself in the wonderful sport of tennis.